for that 1 hour.
Yeah, yeah, that 1 hour. Well, before we get to that 1 hour, it was frustrating before we actually got there because y'all arrived, you know, at the suitable time, like 10ish, if I am mistaken. So um, it's a process of anticipating waiting to see y'all. I haven't seen y'all in like 2000 what 15, 16, something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been a long time. So you know, want to see you, desperately see y'all. Want to be able to touch y'all, hug y'all, speak in person. You know what I mean? Had that, spend that quality time with y'all. But the process was brain wrecking. It was frustrating having to, you know, get up and not that process of getting up. But that's part of the process of visitation. But the waiting process that was horrendous. You know what I mean? That was the
Mhm.
frustrating part of having to wait and uh, you know you know thinking that it should be a lot quicker than it was, but it actually it drawed out to forever. You know what I'm saying? You guys got here like 10ish. I had to wait to like actually be called at actually like 2. You know what I mean? So that what we're talking about, a 4 hour gap right there, 4 hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was horrible. Then seeing guys that's being called in the process in the same dawn of leaving, which was cool. But you know what I'm saying? They've been called, so I'm waiting impatiently waiting on my turn, right? So that was nerve wracking. Um, just going through that. Actually, I was aggravating a officer. You know what I'm saying? Kept going to the booth and like, man, did they call my name? Did they? You sure they haven't called my name? So
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure he was getting aggravated with me, right?
Mhm.
Constantly, you know, speaking with him about it, cause just want to, you know, get up there and see y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Waiting
and
for
we
the
were doing the same
visitation.
thing on our end. We kept going to the
Yeah.
window like, "Did y'all call us?" We were doing the same thing
Right.
on our
So
end.
y'all was doing it. Okay. So we was going through the same exact situation and doing the same things, like trying to make sure uh, that we didn't miss anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Basically, right?
Yep.
So yeah. So I was definitely aggravating him to no end. But yeah. So my name was finally called. Me called my own number. You know what I'm saying? So I get a pass or what have you. Um, to go to see him. See y'all or whatever. So yeah. So that was refreshing being able to actually being called. Um, so that was great. Going up to see y'all. Um, so yeah, so I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. Uh, get up there and you know,
Well, it looked like you didn't
just
age, and we aged.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no,
you,
no, no, no,
you,
no. See,
yeah,
one thing, y'all, we both know we obviously, what I'm saying, just we both a lot older, right? So,
yeah,
but genetically speaking, when you take care of yourself, you age gracefully, right? You age beautifully. So, uh, on my end, I like to think that I take care of myself pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Being conscious of the fact that longevity, just being that type of in that particular mind frame of just taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? As a man, that's
mhm,
what men supposed to do. I think, right?
yeah,
Stay taking care of yourself. So that's vitally important. Um, but for y'all, seeing y'all, I'm like, oh wow. I'm telling you, we know you're numerically older. You know what I'm saying? But seeing your face, you know what I'm saying, and you having your faculties and the physical, everybody functioning well. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's a
Everybody looks
blessing.
well. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Everybody looks well. Everybody's functioning well. It's all your faculties is intact. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's you know looking good. So that was huge. You know what I'm saying? That was huge right there. Um, everybody looks good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is doing well for us. The physical health, pretty much. You know what I mean? The looks. You know, you still looking good. Old girl still looking good. Mom still looking good. So you know, apparently y'all doing all the right things. Y'all doing all the right things. You're aging wonderfully and beautifully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we try. We try.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
how do you keep yourself how do you take care of yourself? I know that, like, in my mind, I know they probably give y'all a lot of processed food in there, because they have
Yeah,
so many people to feed.
yeah.
And I imagine, I don't know this for sure. I can't,
But
but a lot of people probably have high blood pressure from the processed food. But so how do you take care of yourself?
yeah, it's a matter of choice. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of decision making of how. I mean, you want to live your life, you live your lifestyle in there. You know, some people don't care, but if you're conscious and you promote, you want to promote, have that self awareness. You want to take care of yourself. Like I say, other people don't care. That goes into the kind of like on a spiritual, like kind of like don't care, right? Don't lose hope or whatever, what have you, right?
Hmm.
But for me personally, I'm a huge fan of taking care of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of, uh, you know, kind of, in the kitchen, processed foods. We're dealing with processed foods. We're dealing with you have to be selective. You know what I'm saying? Of what you eat, what you consume. You know what I'm saying? Because the meats we call a mystery meat because we have no idea of what it is, right? Other
Hmm.
than other than they feed us chicken, so we know chicken is chicken, right? You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we're having that today. Every Tuesday we have chicken. But other than outside of that, we don't really know what the meats are. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Right.
know. It comes in powder form, but what exactly is it?
Is
We don't really know. Um, but aside from that, the other food group. You have the beans. You have the vegetables, things like that. You have the rice. You have the potatoes. You have things like that. But so those things sustains you. You know what I'm saying? But um, I think the most horrible part that, because common sense, we know what vegetables are when we see it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We know what. But the only bad thing is like the meats. You know what I'm saying? That we don't know. So if you consume that, then you know we don't know the like long term effects it may have on you, right? So
Exactly.
you try to yeah, right. So you think long term and like damn, because I've heard stories where guys consume too much and they end up getting sick in the long term, long haul, right? So, but it's all about. It's also this. You do things within boundary, within moderation. You know
Moderation.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Right. So moderation is key. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
a lot of guys glutton. You know what I'm saying? When too much of that stuff will harm you. Too much of anything will harm you, right? So,
Right.
and that's the problem. So,
Yeah,
like for
'cause
me,
I did see a video on Instagram where they were
right?
pouring powder in a big machine and another powder and water, and then they put some red color in it, and by the time they
Yeah.
finish it they put it through a tube and it end up being bologna, and I'm just like,
Right.
you don't know
Right.
what that
It's
is you
crazy.
eating.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
bologna, hot
Exactly.
dogs, all that stuff, they just,
Exactly.
ugh.
And some of that stuff, I mean, because we're prisoners, right? We're inmates, so a lot of things we get tested. We get tested with those things that wherever they come from, different countries, whether however they combine, at these factories and things like that. Okay, take it to these guys in prison. Let's test it and see what effects it may have. You know what I mean? They don't care. We the bottom of the barrel. Uh, quote unquote, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they don't mind pushing these bad things to us and feeding it to us because you know it helps the systems. So it's a systematic thing too as
Yep.
well because it benefits the medical facilities. And you know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
uh, it's all like I said, a systematic play that that they play on, right? And when they introduce it to us, you know, the guys they got the financial means and things like that. These guys hungry, so they gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? They feel like if it comes through, then it's consumable. You know what I'm saying? It's safe to eat. You know,
No.
uh, then you go ahead.
No, I'm saying, yeah, no, I think it's safe to eat. And you said something
No,
about,
no,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, but see, but that goes back to the individual choice.
Mhm.
Especially when you know that, look, man, that's this stuff is not it's not edible, man. It's not um it's not consumable, man. Don't eat it. But you can't tell a guy it's not eatable when it's on the tray, when they feel like, okay, I could, some level of trust there, and and I'm starving, right? So it's
Mhm.
hard to tell a starving man don't eat what's in front of him
That's so
because
true.
it's not healthy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So he's gonna eat it, and something, he's gonna go back for more because he's starving. You know what I'm saying? He has nothing else to eat, nothing else to look forward to, so he gonna take that risk. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
and that's the thing about it. But it all boils down to the individual choice. You know what I'm saying? You have a decision to make. You know what I'm saying? And as a whole, you have to constantly make a wise decision. Like for me, for instance, right? I mean, I consume. I'm a big fan of vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And I like to train. I like to work out. So I'm very conscious of my body and the things I consume. I have cheat foods now. I might like to eat a honey bun or two. You know what I'm saying? A bag of
Yeah.
chicken, cookies, right? So I eat cheat foods, right? But however, I have that balance. You know what I'm saying? Because I work out. You know what I'm saying? Play a little ball here and there, whatever. So I have that balance. You know what I mean? Before us, just taking care of yourself. Just being conscious of you know the long term. You know what I'm saying? What's your mission? What
Mhm.
you trying to do with yourself and with your body? You know what I mean? Which is important because if you don't, if you constantly consuming and you're not working out, doing your body right, you have no particular regimen, you know, and you're not educating yourself on different fronts, whether
Right.
it's physical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to educate yourself on different levels
What?
to keep yourself going. You know what I mean? So you just have to be you have to be on you have to be because they're not going to help you, right? They're not
That's
going
what
to
I was going to
say
ask
that.
you. When you
Yeah,
say
they're not
educate
helping you.
yourself, speaking of education, I was going to say, do they ever give y'all
Yeah.
any nutrition class? Anybody ever talk to y'all, or it's just you guys share with each other, or it's just people, gravitating to people who are healthy? What is that? Do they give y'all any classes?
Yeah. Well, you have guys that's very educational. You have guys like, for instance, you have the education building, right? You got amazing teachers up there in the education department. Um, you have guys that's you walk by on an everyday basis. You never know who they are, what they are, what they have in store for us, like mentorship or leadership. So you just never know on a daily basis unless you have a personal encounter with these people, right? So everybody have a story to tell, a testimony, something
Yeah.
they can teach, right? Something
Yeah.
they can mentor, something they can pass along. So it's just a matter of having that discussion with the people, right? With the guys or
Mhm.
whatever. But on a concentrated level, like I said, I'm in the program dorm. You know what I mean? I'm in the program dorm, which is called A&D. Stands for, it's an acronym for a new direction, and it's great. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of it's an educational building. You have a lot of guys that's you know um, facilitate class. I'm a co-facilitator for Inside Out Dads. You have many classes that guys invest generous with their time, or generous with their information, their past experience, their ongoing experiences. You have the youth in here too, right? So you have guys that you have to that we teach on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
uh, and it's a great environment, right? So it's to build leaders. You know what I'm saying? It's to pass the torch. To I think we talked about this before about cultivating, creating, and cultivating,
Right.
create an atmosphere, create environment to where it's educational. Then you cultivate the mind. You know what I'm saying? So quite naturally, when people in a safe, in a secure, in a in this type of environment, now they want to now you cultivate the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now you get the mind churning. Now you build from there. You mold. Like I spoke about in the past about my experiences with guys that created. and cultivated me, right?
Mhm.
So it's the same. So it's the same type of vibe, same type of energy that what's going on in A&D in the program. So trying to
Wow.
build the minds, growing the minds, and and just continue to carry on in that fashion, right? So, um, yeah,
Wow.
so that's yeah, so that's the deal with that. You know what I mean? That's what we aim to do. That's what we do on a daily basis. So that it's beautiful. Actually, it's a beautiful you know. Saying a matter of fact, I was just reading a book before I got on the phone with you, a Tony Dungy book. It's called Mentor and Leadership. You know what I mean? So, and I've heard about this book in the past, but I never got the chance to read it. But now that I have it in my possession, it's a jewel, it's a diamond, right? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Very educational. So I'm on that, reading that right now. Um, but yeah, so it's taking care of yourself is vital and care of yourself. Um, but like I said, at the end of the day, it's a matter of individual choice. You know, so you have to, you know, you have to watch what you eat, shave. You have to, whether physical or mentally. You know what I mean? But that
Mhm.
goes hand in hand, right? Obviously, that go hand in hand. That go hand in hand. So, uh,
Wow. Well,
yeah, it's
when we
important.
when we got there, when we were waiting for you to come out, I was just looking
Yeah,
around at all the different inmates and just thinking like where they come from, what's their background, you know,
right,
and everybody. It just looked like normal people on the outside. And I know that might sound strange, but everybody
yeah,
has a story and everybody has just a path. And then I could see the family members interacting with them, and then seeing the children,
right,
and everybody looked happy. But I was just
right,
thinking what
right.
those people must be going through, on both sides when they leave the place,
Yeah,
especially the
because yeah,
children.
yeah, because on this, it's like a society within a society, right? You have different nationality backgrounds. You got different types of people, uh, issues. You know what I'm saying? Real life issues. So when we get this weekend break to see your loved ones, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? That's. I mean, I can't even really, you know, that because it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The heart,
yeah,
it's just totally different to be,
yeah.
going to see your wife or your daughter or your husband or your son or your mom or your aunts and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The feeling and it's just totally different. So once we have that luxury, you know, uh, you know, of being able to see, that particular person, everything back here on this end, on our end, don't even matter no more. You know what I'm saying? We focus on the moment, we treasure the moment, we cherish the moment, and you know, and like I said, what's going on this side don't even it no longer exists. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? What
right.
you know what I mean? That don't even matter no more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a blessing. Um, 'Cause, on this side, and I'm real life out there for you guys out there. The struggle is real, right? Everyday
Yes.
life, everyday living. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and on my end, it's a major difference because you know once you kind of like get soaked into the system on this end, it's kind of like easy because we don't have the responsibility that you guys have out there, right? We don't have the stress levels and the worry levels and anxiety levels, and although we have those, but it's lesser than, because like I say, you have to do these things or lose those things out there in society. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm. Mhm.
the responsibilities are different, just different, right? Um,
Yeah. Man, that is so true. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I think that this will be a good one. I'm kind of ending it, but yeah, this will be a good one because
yeah,
we
yeah,
I'll cut this off because